Have you ever promised yourself that this time you will finally stick to a new habit? Maybe you decided to exercise every morning, read more books, or stop procrastinating. You start with excitement, but after a few days, the motivation fades and you're back where you started. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. The truth is, most people don't fail because they lack talent or discipline. They fail because they believe big results require big changes. But what if that's completely wrong? In today's video, we're exploring Atomic Habits by James Clear, a book that has transformed the lives of millions. Its message is simple yet powerful. Small habits, repeated consistently, can completely change your life. You don't become successful overnight. You become successful one small action at a time. Think about it like planting a seed. On the first day, nothing seems to happen. A week later, still nothing. But beneath the surface, roots are growing. Then one day, the plant breaks through the ground. Your habits work the same way. The results may be invisible at first, but every small action is building the person you're becoming. The first lesson is this: focus on becoming the person you want to be, not just achieving a goal. Instead of saying, I want to read 10 books this year, say, I'm becoming someone who reads every day. Instead of saying, I want to get fit, say, I am becoming a healthy person. Your actions become easier when they match your identity. Here's something you can do today. Choose one identity you want to build. Write it down. Then take one small action that proves it's true. If you want to become a reader, read just one page. If you want to become healthier, take a 5-minute walk. Don't worry about doing a lot. Just become the kind of person who shows up. Now that you understand why identity matters, let's discover how tiny actions can create extraordinary results in the next lesson. The second lesson from Atomic Habits is simple, but it's one of the biggest reasons people fail to build lasting habits. Make your habits so small that you can't say no. Most of us make the mistake of aiming too high. We decide we're going to work out for an hour every day, read 50 pages every night, or wake up at 5 a.m. forever. It sounds exciting, but after a few days, it becomes exhausting. We miss one day, then another, and before long, we've given up completely. James Clear explains that the goal isn't to do more. The goal is to become consistent. A habit that takes 2 minutes every day is far more valuable than a habit that lasts 2 hours but only happens once a month. Imagine someone who wants to become a writer. Instead of trying to write 10 pages every day, they begin by writing just one sentence. It sounds too easy to matter, but that's exactly the point. Once they sit down and write one sentence, writing another becomes much easier. Starting is always the hardest part. The third lesson is to design your environment so success becomes the easy choice. Your surroundings quietly influence your decisions more than your motivation does. If healthy food is already on the table, you're more likely to eat it. If your phone is beside your bed, you're more likely to waste an hour scrolling. If a book is sitting on your pillow, you're more likely to read before you sleep. Successful people don't rely on willpower alone. They build environments that make good habits obvious and bad habits inconvenient. Here's your challenge today. Pick one habit you've been struggling with and make it easier to start. If you want to read, place a book where you'll see it. If you want to exercise, lay out your workout clothes tonight. Remove one distraction and add one reminder that pushes you toward the life you want. In the next part, you'll discover why missing one day doesn't mean you've failed, and how rewarding yourself the right way can make good habits stick for life. The fourth lesson from Atomic Habits is one that can completely change the way you think about failure. Never miss twice. Everyone slips up. You'll skip a workout, forget to read, or procrastinate on an important task. That doesn't mean you've failed. What destroys progress isn't one bad day. It's allowing one bad day to become a bad week, then a bad month. Missing once is a mistake. Missing twice is the beginning of a new habit. The key is to recover quickly. If you miss today's habit, make tomorrow non-negotiable. Progress isn't about being perfect. It's about getting back on track every single time. The fifth and final lesson is this: fall in love with the process, not just the results. Most people quit because they're obsessed with the finish line. They want instant success, instant money, or instant transformation. But lasting change comes from enjoying the daily actions that lead to those results. Think of a musician. They don't become great by dreaming about performing on stage. They become great by practicing every day, even when no one is watching. The same is true for every area of life. When you learn to enjoy the process, success becomes a natural outcome. So here's your challenge. Don't try to change your entire life this week. Choose one small habit from this video and commit to it for the next 7 days. It could be reading one page, taking a 5-minute walk, writing one paragraph, or spending 2 minutes planning your day. It may seem small, but remember, extraordinary lives are built through ordinary actions repeated consistently. If you found these lessons helpful, subscribe for more practical insights from the world's greatest books. Every week, we'll break down powerful ideas into simple actions you can apply immediately. Until next time, remember this: you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. So start small, stay consistent, and let your habits build the future you deserve.